We will chant Om 3 times together. Om. 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 Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Gurave Namaha. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to our beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you and the entire creation. Om. Amen. It is by the grace of Shri Gurudev we all have assembled in his ashram and also his final resting place, Sri Hariharananda Gurukulam, to celebrate the Punya Tithi, the Mahasamadhi Day. And we all have come here with deep love and devotion for Sri Gurudev. Yesterday, we started reflecting upon Sri Gurudev and his life with the 3 words that came to my mind. Anusarana, Anukarana, and Anusmarana. Anusarana is to follow. Anukarana is to imitate. And Anusmarana is to remember and to reflect, recollect. In spiritual life, these 3 things are highly essential. We have to follow, we have to imitate, and we have to remember and recollect. Once Sri Gurudev said, when he was recollecting his own Guru, Gurudev was walking with Swami Sri Yukteswarji. And as ordinarily it happens, the disciples walk a little behind the Guru. Sri Yukteswarji told Gurudev, my child, why you are walking behind? Come and walk with me. You know, Sri Yukteswarji was quite strict and often very tough. He said, a disciple is like a son or daughter. As the child walks with the parents, you have to walk with. If we have to follow, we have to walk with. Shri Gurudev told in Bengali that Guru is the best friend. Not only father and mother, Guru is the best friend. And he told some disciples were afraid of Sri Yukteswarji. From the very day I went, I had no fear. Prabhuji, Swami Narayana Giri, who was the personal attendant of Sri Yukteswarji, he told something has happened to Gurudev. Gurudev means Sri Yukteswarji. After you came, he was talking to Gurudev. I have never seen so much of flow of love in him. He is waiting for you. He is asking few times, today is Saturday, when Ravi will come. Always remember, love is not one-sided, it is both-sided. Sri Gurudev said in Bengali, Je pathe bandhura, bandhura pathe, chale bandhura sathe, ogo sathi, mama sathi, ami jabo tabo sathe. The meaning is, the bandhura, bandhu, plural, friends, companions, the path on which the friends walk. How? Bandhura sathe, the friends walking with friend. Here there is 2 times repeated of the friend. One is in plural, one is in singular. Plural is disciple, singular is the guru. Jepathe bandhura, bandhura sathe, chale bandhura pathe. Here bandhura is another word, uneven, rough, and hard, difficult path. Bandhura patha. Spiritual path is no doubt hard and difficult. That is why the Upanishads declare Shurasya dhara. It is like walking on the razor's edge. Nishita duratyaya. It is not just razor's edge, sharp. Patham durgam. Troublesome, hazardous path. Difficult to cross. Gurudev is telling, if the Guru is holding your hand, no fear. Now the question comes, has Guru hold our hand? We don't want. Our ego doesn't want. You might have observed, when a child is going with the parents to a festival, the parents hold the hand of the child, but the child doesn't want. Child wants freedom. Why you are holding my hand? I'm walking with you. Here comes ego. Ego brings the separation, although the Guru doesn't want. Our ego, it creates the separation between the teacher and the taught, the guru and the disciple. Shri Gurudev told, when Yukteswarji was telling that walk with me, another spiritual master said, I cannot follow you because you walk too slow. You cannot follow me because I walk fast. But we can follow each other. Now comes the, if you cannot walk, I'm ready to lift you up on my shoulder. This is guru and disciple relationship. When I tell guru and disciple relationship, the thought came from the autobiography of Yogi. The autobiography of Yogi begins with the expression of this. It is written not guru-disciple relationship, it is written disciple-guru relationship. You can read the autobiography of Yogi. It is written not the guru-disciple, it is written disciple-guru. Why it is written disciple-guru, not guru-disciple? Is there any difference? There is difference. Difference is the disciple is to establish the relationship. The disciple is to change. Disciple has to transform own life to dance in the tune of the guru. When we are reflecting upon following, yes, spiritually one is to grow up, but we are not small. We are quite grown up. That is why it is said qualified disciple, adhikari. One who has adhikara is adhikari. Adhikara means right. And here I take you a little bit in a different way. If you read the Constitution of India, there is rights of citizen and duties of the citizen. Which comes first? You cannot have right if you don't do your duty. You cannot have right if you do not have your own duty. I will not do my duty. I will demand, this is my right. This is not disciple-guru and relationship. The scriptures tell the disciple and guru should live together. And it is not possible. You will tell, why? Because the guru is sleeping somewhere, the disciple is sleeping somewhere, it is not possible. It is not sleeping, it is not physical relationship. To hold the guru in mind and heart, that is to live with the guru. It is said that the disciple should sleep after the guru sleeps, and disciple should get up before the guru gets up. If you take it very literally, you will be in trouble. Do you know why? It is not easy. Shri Gurudev, I have seen in Kodar Ashram, in my early days. I have seen in ashram in Miami during his old age. Shri Gurudev used to get up in odd hours and walk in the property, not the property, looking at the door, who is doing what. He was looking. Many times I accompanied him because when he was passing by, I was alert most of the time. purpose of telling this, the Guru is not sleeping. You will tell, then what is happening to disciple? Sleeping has double meaning. Sleeping means conscious, not sleeping. Suppose we are sitting here. If our mind is somewhere else, are we present here? We are physically present but mentally absent. So this is not presence. In the same way, the simple meaning of sleeping is forgetting. We forget. Today, in India, it is already 2nd of December. Yesterday, I told you in my mind simultaneously 2 years are going together. 1996, December 2nd, he reached Kolkata. And that was his last night in Kolkata. Because 3rd December, in the evening, he left Kolkata. It is 1996. If you come to 2002, 2nd December was his, do you know what? Last night. The couple of days before, Shri Gurudev's disciple, Gurudev's doctor, not disciple, Gurudev's doctor, he wanted to talk to me in the hospital. Gurudev is in hospital. He took me out. He said, I have a question. I said, yes. Do you want to know what type of trouble Gurudev is having? I asked him, do you want to do some further investigation? You are telling to do some biopsy, this, that. She said, yes. This is the way. I said, nothing to do. And she was happy. Why did I tell nothing to do? My Gurudev told me in the month of October, Bappa, I have come in bliss. I will go back in bliss. You should not do any type of surgery on the body. He told me. And this was his clear guidance. I said, nothing to do. The doctor said, I'm so happy that you told this. But one thing I will tell you, I'm not a fortune teller or astrologer. But his days are counted. It can be few months. It can be few weeks. It can be few days. The doctor said. Accepted it. So when I'm telling second, who knew in 1996 that will be the last night in Kolkata? Who knew? And who knew that that was the last night? It was evening time, after dinner. In the hospital, Shri Gurudev is there. Two mothers were there, those who were taking care of Gurudev in ashram and for a good period of time. So Gurudev is lying on bed. He's completely conscious. And he had, all this hospital, what happens. He didn't like all this. I was sitting and touching his hand. I told one of the mothers that, because I don't know if I told you here, when Gurudev went to hospital, the day. I don't know when he spoke last that day. When I reached Gurudev from London, he just looked at me, little smile on the face, put the hands together, but no word. He didn't tell anything. We were worried. Doctor said, we'll take him to hospital. In the hospital, this was in the afternoon. In the hospital at night, in the emergency room, we were given a separate room for Gurudev, and we three were there. Then slowly Gurudev opened his eyes and he smiled. He spoke in Bengali. Are you ready? Let us go. Other mothers asked me what he's talking, because first time he was opening the mouth after hours. Another time during this period, he told the same thing. Are you ready? That night, I told one of the mothers, he should go. And she asked me, are you really wanting that he should go? I said, yes. Then she said, then I'm not sleeping. Because usually they take rest. He was smiling, Gurudev was smiling, and I was watching him. That is what I'm talking of the last night. To follow, to imitate, it is difficult, but it is possible. And to follow, to imitate, and the third one is to remember, to recollect. Anusmarana. Here I take back to the third word. This word Anusmarana is used in the Bhagavad Gita quite a few times, maybe 3 times. In the chapter 8. What is the name of the chapter 8? The Bhagavad Gita? Akshara Brahma Yoga. When the Lord is telling yam yam vapi smaran bhava tyajanti ete kalevaram tam tam eva eti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavitam, verse 7, he's talking of the last moment. How to know what type of person one is? In the next verse it is said, Tasmat sarvesu kalesu mam anusmara yudhyacha. He's telling, therefore, all the time, O Arjuna, do you know, the thought of the last moment, it's very important. Therefore, O Arjuna, all the time, sarvesu kalesu, mam anusmara, remember me and fight. Here, with these words of the Lord, it is very clear how to follow, how to imitate, and what to remember. Who knows which moment will be our last moment? Paramahansa Yoganandaji was unwell. He was so unwell, unable to move his body, almost paralyzed. It was in 1951 end. The disciples were sad because he was quite young. If you think of 1951, 52, he was 58, 59 years, not too old. And Paramahansa has already told that I will not die lying on the bed being sick. I will be with my usual dress on my body, shoes on my feet, singing the song of India, I will leave my body. He has told sometimes ago. Now the disciples are confused, just like I was confused. You'll ask why you were confused. Do you know, anybody's birthday, Gurudev used to write, Satam Jivet, live for 100 years. Chiram Jivet, Sukham Jivet. He used to write. Not only that, during went and bowed to him, touching his feet. He had just like one recorded message. God, 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 Supreme Almighty Lord, God is within you. I bow to you unlimited times. Meditate nicely. Be realized. Be a world teacher. Live 100 years. Bye. Like this, he used to repeat exactly the same. He was blessing everybody. 100 years, 100 years. And writing everybody Satam Jivet. Live for 100 years. And he was such a disciplined person. So much of moderation. And it was my firm belief that he will live 100 years. And his memory was so intact. Even in 90s, fantastic memory. Then Paramahansa Yoganandaji recovered, started walking, singing, playing, joyful. And who knew that was in the month of March, fulfilling his prophecy, and his to. When I tell that Gurudev said, if I can live for 5 years more, he told me in 97 March, 5 years completed. You'll be surprised. In 1992, in Europe, Shri Gurudev was humorously telling, who knows how long Hariharananda will live? Some disciples said, 1 decade more. Gurudev said, yes, 1 decade more. It was just like a play between the child and the parents. But who knew that in 1992 he told 1 decade more. In 1997 he said, if 5 years more. And that was 2002. Mam Anusmara. I told you yesterday, the Anusvarana, the verb is Sru. Anukarana, the verb is Kru. And Anusmarana, the verb is Smru. Sru, Kru, Smru. Sru means to walk, to move. Do you know the name of Surya? Sarati Akashe. One meaning. One who appears as moving in the sky. True. We should move. We should act. We should remember. Most of the time what happens, our behavior, our manner, our habit, they're stagnant. Old habit, old, cracked record, gramophone record, repeating the same, our behavior is like same. There is no movement. Move further. Saraivati. Move, 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 move. Don't be. And movement with action, crew. When it is said to imitate, it is said, don't imitate what the divine beings do. For example, Lord Krishna was very playful. He was playing. He was a butter thief. He was stealing. And if we steal, there is a saying in Bengali, Krishner belai lila khela, pap likheche manusher belai. He stole, for him it is lila. If I steal, it's punishment. Lord Krishna could steal the clothes, Chiraharana. And you try. Dussasana. So, what to imitate? Imitate the life they lived. Imitate the life they lived. When I think of Shri Gurudev, as I told you, I observed Gurudev a lot. When I was staying in Kodar Ashram, I was thinking when he's really washing his body. Because I saw him going to toilet. I didn't see. And I didn't know where is his bathroom also. Then I discovered Gurudev didn't wash his body every day. He sponged his body. But he was not taking shower as we do. But you will be surprised, his skin was just like the baby. And the body smell was always fresh. Then I discovered from Shri Gurudev ji that Yukteswar ji, Gurudev washed his body in few days. Every day he sponged his body, but took full shower or washed his hair once in a few days. If it is hot summer, yes, regular. But Yukteswar ji, no. Months after months, he didn't used to wash. Here I remember, I have heard from a friend of mine, Pujya Swami Chidananda Saraswati. She was a lover of sadhus. You cannot imagine. When I'm remembering him, I remember even on this stage when he came here in the year 2000, January, nearly 25 years ago. He was bowing just flat, completely, Sastanga Dandavat Pranam, completely. He was visiting Kendrapada. In Kendrapada, there was a sadhu whom people believed that he's a realized one. He never washed his body. Hair unkempt, lice in hair. Pujya Swamiji is sitting near him and he was smiling and he was. Then Pujya Swamiji remarked later on, you all told that he doesn't wash his body. Have you ever smelled anything? Because if we do not wash our body, we know our body smells. No. I see when Gurudev goes to bed, I have seen when Gurudev gets up, even in his late 90s, 334, within that, never late, never ever. He always used an alarm clock. Do you know what happens to alarm clock? He had alarm clock near him and the alarm clock is giving the time. But he's before that in the bathroom. Countless times I have gone to switch up the alarm clock in his room, whether it is in Puri or in Vienna or in Miami many, many times. That means he didn't use the alarm clock to get up. She was up. What is happening to us? We are coming year after year to ashram. How much we are really imitating Gurudev? How much we are really following him? How much really we are remembering him? Lord Krishna said, Tasmat Sarveshu Kales, all the time. All the time to remember. Do you know? Human life is for sadhana. It is not for enjoyment. Nara deha nuhe bilasa bhumi. Human life is not for pleasure and nara deha nuhe bilasa bhumi. Jibone sadhana kariba pai. We are born for sadhana only. How to do? Again, to come back, Gurudev said, when he came to Sri Vijaya Krishna, his teenage guru, he taught him how to use time in God consciousness. He said, you are getting up early in the morning. First, remember God with and within you. Look your face in the mirror. Remember God. Brush your teeth. Don't think you are brushing teeth. You are cleaning the teeth of God. Put oil on the body. You are giving massage to God. Wash your body. That means whatever you are doing throughout the day, all the time you are with God. You are with Guru. Just think, if we live this with this attitude, will there be any moment separation from Guru and God? Are we practicing it? We all run. For example, somebody was telling, here I tell the example of Swami Krishnanandji. Swami Krishnanandji in his autobiography has told, I fall sick because of some people just looking at me like this. Exact word I am not quoting. Swami Krishnanandji, he is another great disciple of Pujya Swami Shivananji Maharaj, brother disciple of Swami Chidananji, whom I quoted. He is telling, I fall sick because of those people, those are staring. It is not to stare at the face. Follow. Mam anusmara. Mam anusmara yuddhyacha. Fight. Remember me and fight. How is our practice? I remember one incident. I heard it from Sadhu. I have not read it. In Odisha, there was a poet. His name is Abhimanyu Samanta Singhar. He was a great poet. And one day he was talking with his wife. There was little, mourning cry from the neighbor's house. The poet came to know that the man died, the neighbor's house. The wife is crying. The wife said, why she is crying? The poet said, the husband died. The wife said, what is the need to cry? The husband said, then He will smile. He said, if there is real love, the moment he left the body, she would have left the body. The poet got a little curious. Do you know what the poet did? One day he sent a message that he is dead. Sent the message with his attendant who was accompanying him, and you go and tell my wife that I'm dead. Follow this. Do you know what happened? She died. She was standing, doing something, holding the hand. In that state, she collapsed and finished. I heard from this sadhu who told me, he said, can you imagine the rest of his life of Abhimanyu Samanta Singhar? Sometimes I think 21 years we are celebrating a Punyatithi. How could we? If Shri Gurudev would ask, what is your change? How much you are changing? Very simple thing. Anusarana, Anukarana, and Anusmarana, day and night. Day and night, wherever I go, you are with me. Whatever I do, I am doing for you, imitating you. And I am not separate from you. I am always with you. And that is what sadhana is. We come to ashram. Welcome. If there is little less salt in the food, if the food is not such palatable, if the bed is not there, or there are mosquitoes in the... Do you know, when I came first time to Kodar Ashram, where I slept, on the veranda of Shri Yukteswar's temple, that was my place. I was sleeping. Do you know, for a seeker, is there need for a place? I have not come here to sleep. Again, I will give you the example. Gurudev was telling, when he started meditating longer and longer and longer, extending the period of his time, the thought came to him, I should read the Gita every day. Because our great sadhakas, sadhikas, they want to, yes, the Guruji is telling, do swadhyaya, but priority is sadhana. First is sadhana, then seva, then swadhyaya. Priority is, Gurudev is telling, when the thought came to him that I should read Gita every day, maybe few verses, immediately Gurudev convinced the mind, I can read the Gita after my completion of meditation. Why before? Meditation first, sadhana first. And always to remember, sadhana is not just sitting with eyes closed. One sadhaka came and told me, I'm practicing. But don't know what is happening. But there is no change in me. It was a very humble confession. My mind is going at the fault of others. My mouth is talking of this and that. Shri Gurudev told, if this condition is happening to you, do you know what is this? He said, admixture of opposites. This is the exact expression of Shri Gurudev. Your life is admixture of opposites. He gave the example that giving bath to the dog. This is Gurudev's example. He said, you take the dog, shampoo the body, wash the body nicely. Even if you dry the body of the dog, pet dog, and make the dog free, do you know what the dog will do? Will shake the body again and will roll on the carpet or outside on the lawn. Again, the body will tie the dog. Mind is the dog, tie it. Not to allow the mind. Why? Why should I think of negative of anybody? Paramahansa Yogananda is writing, Shri Gurudev, don't seek to find the fault in others. Then your life will be filled with negativities. Not to see. In Sri Ramacharita Lord Rama is telling Sabari, Sapane hu dekhai nahi paradosa. Even in the dream, not to see the fault of anybody. And what is happening to us? Sri Gurudev lived, you know, as he told, Satam Jivet, he lived 100 years. Satam means 100, 100 means complete. You will say how 100 is complete? 100, you can make any zero. If your life is with 1, other things 0. If your life is with God, other things insignificant. If your life is in the soul, mind is the soul and breath, other things are not so important, 0. It is 100. That is my understanding of 100. He lived complete life. If my Guru lived complete life, what life I should have? Gurudev said in Odia, Ambo gachare to amboda habani. From the mango tree, you cannot find what is amboda? Wild mango. From the mango tree, there is a nice, delicious, sour fruit, mostly popular in Odisha and Bengal. From mango tree, you can get jackfruit. Jackfruit tree, you can get mango. Mango tree will get mango. If my Guru is in this state, I will be in that state. No, nothing. How? I will be attached. The mango will ripe. Attached in the sense, not physically running behind. I will be attached with him, with his teaching, his life, his lifestyle, his ideal. That is my ideal. Are we attached? Gurudev said, when the mango is ripe, this is Gurudev's example, its color changes, its smell changes. Mango is automatically detached. That is what ripeness in our life. Modern times, whatever we call as ripe mango, ripe banana in the market, they are not really ripe and all artificial. Our life is becoming more artificial, the wrong imitation. It is not reality. When I think of Shri Gurudev and his life, the life he lived, and I found his life was not easy life. Can you imagine? I'm giving the example of the last night of Jesus before crucifixion. Last supper. Jesus is sitting with them. He is taking a piece of bread and giving to everybody. This is my flesh. He is giving little of wine to everybody. This is my blood. Then that evening, 2 things I will tell you just for our understanding. He is telling the time is coming. The Son of Man will be betrayed by his own people. And one will betray among us. Each one is looking, who? Me? Me? And Judah is telling, Master, surely not me. I don't want to elaborate. Who betrayed? Can you imagine? This is the life. This is the life of the masters. Shri Gurudev is telling, I love my disciples. They are nice, but they are not practicing. Sri Shamacharan Lahidi said, blessed are those who come to the path of Kriya, and most unfortunate are those who do not, being initiated, they don't practice. Fortunate and unfortunate. Jesus said to his apostles, time is coming. You will not find Son of Man near you anymore. Meditate. Don't sleep. He went alone to the Garden of Olives. He was praying and he came back. Do you know what he saw? I hear it every night. Even from downstairs, I hear the snoring sound of the upstairs. Every night I hear. So Jesus said, spirit is willing, but the body is weak. You have the desire, but still weak. Should we remain weak all the time? Or should we cultivate strength in us? Time is passing. When Jesus said that this will happen to me, Peter said, I will never leave you. He said, everybody will leave me. He said, I will never leave you. Jesus said, you are not talking, Satan is talking through you. What you will follow me? Before cock crows, you will denounce me 3 times. Same thing happened. This is the life of the masters. Those who betray, they are the disciples. Those who create problem for the Guru, they are the disciples. And those who do for the Guru is also disciple. Both. To which category we will be? Can you imagine? Sadhana is very simple. It is not too much complicated. To love God in every breath. Is there any simpler practice other than this? To love God in every breath. You need not have to keep your head down and legs up doing headstand. You need not have to fast for 10 days, 15 days, no need. Just swase rakho lakha, ami debo sakha, sei pathe mukhya. Watch your breath. I am there to give witness that you will be liberated. Just watching breath. But are we practicing it? To follow, to imitate, and to reflect and to remember. It is said by the masters, follow the master, fight with the devil, face the devil, follow the master, face the devil, fight till end, finish the game. 4F. Follow the master, face the devil, fight till end, finish the game. And if you have to follow, you have to face. Face the devil. That is why Lord Krishna is telling, Yuddhyacha, fight, fight, fight. How long? Till the last breath. Let us close our eyes for a moment. With deep love, let us think of God and Shri Gurudev. We all have assembled here to express our love. Shri Gurudev used to tell in Korar Ashram, Shri Yukteswarji is happy to see all of you coming here. In the same way, Shri Gurudev is happy for all of you to come here. Shri Gurudev was telling, we all have to give our love to Shri Yukteswarji. We have come here to give all our love to our beloved Gurudev. But how? We have to follow, we have to imitate, and we have to remember. Let we all be sincere followers, honest imitation, and faithful and consistent in remembering. Time is flying. Let us chant Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Purnamadaha together. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I bow to God. Gurudev used to sing from the Bhagavad Gita, Namaha Purastat Athaprusthataste Namastute Sarvata Eva Sarva. God is in our front, God is in our back, God is in our left, God is to our right, God is above, God is below, God is all around, God is within. I bow to God. I bow to my beloved Gurudev along with all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to all of you. I bow to the entire creation as the living manifestation of God's presence, God's love. Let there be peace, progress, and prosperity everywhere, including ourselves. Om. Amen. Thank you all.